Hello beginners, I wanted to talk through our next topic for this week, and that's going to be accents and taps in 16th note format. So when you're playing 16th notes, I'll start a metronome. We're used to something like this. We would count that as 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. And you would typically see that in your book looking something like this. And you'd see the stickings below. Okay, you start over here, right, left, 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 and you end with one extra note on the very end. Okay, now that we have accents involved, that's going to be where we have different hands, depending on what's written on the page, having a louder volume or a louder dynamic. Okay, so if I play them all at this dynamic, our term that we would use are taps for that. These are all taps. With occasionally, I would throw in an accent. Okay, if you can look in your book, this is on page 42. I have it right here to be able to see. The top line that's right here is basically what I was just playing right there. To demonstrate some of that, I'd start a metronome on top of page 42. It would sound like this. Repeat, ending with one extra note right there at the very end. Okay? The accents fall on that exercise on beat 1 and beat 3, meaning if I were to count it, it'd be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. The exercise that's right below it has an accent on each beat. It would sound like this. And repeat. Okay, now when it gets a little bit more complex, if you look over on page 43 at the very top, line 1, you have accents that fall in different places on the beat. I want to talk about that for a moment. Okay, so if I normally have something that looks like this, the next thing I might have is an exercise. I'm going to write in some accents here. Okay, to where it looks something like this now. Here, there are accents in several places. Now, at first glance, it's hard to tell which hand you're supposed to play that. There's a sticking underneath every note, and occasionally you'll even have something that looks like this, where you do not have a sticking written at the bottom. Our video assignment for the week has a whole page of notes that look like this without stickings written underneath. So here's what you're supposed to do with this. You take your pencil, right now mine's a marker, and you're going to rewrite the sticking above only where the accent falls to where it looks like this. Some are right, some are left. Now how do I know which one is which? Okay, when I start over here, if I still had that sticking underneath, it would alternate. It'd be right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And then that one would be a left, so I would write the sticking in there. I would basically pretend like I alternate the whole time. Every time it's on a beat, it's a right hand. Every time it's on the E, it's a left. Every time it's on the and, it's a right. Every time it's on the it's a left. So I would rewrite which hand would play the sticking above each of the notes right here. I demonstrate that on page 43 for you to be able to see right here. See how I wrote line 1 with the stickings above each right there. Okay, I'm going to play line 1 for us right here for a moment. Okay, if you can follow along, I'll give you a count off right here. You may play this on your pad with what I'm doing. Okay, my sticks are right here. Here's line 1 on page 43. And 2, and ready, and go. And repeat. And that's what line 1 sounds like. Okay, what I would do is I'd take my pencil on line 2, I'd write the sticking above each accent of which hand is supposed to play. Now, on our printed out PDF that we had on our assignment this week, it looks something like this. You can see I put a sticking above every time where there's an accent. I guess right here I decided not to because every one of them is an accent. But everything else, we're supposed to play the first 5 lines. If you'll notice, the right hand is the dominant hand for each of these accents? It's because every accent falls on either the downbeat, the number, or on the and count. Okay, it's not until all the way here on the end of the third line that you see your first left-hand accent, because that accent falls on the E. Okay, and then over on the fourth and fifth lines right here, you'll see there's a good mix of right and left-hand accents. Okay, so I would advise you to take your pencil and put the sticking above each one of these, and that will help to know which hand you're aiming for while your metronome is going. Okay, we'll post a separate video demonstrating this exercise. Okay, I hope this helps. Thank you guys.